Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Here Be Dragons. I am your host, Leanna Stark, and joining me today is the lovely guest for this week, the wonderful Lady Triple. Say hello, everybody, Lady Triple.
Woo!
So, we're going to get into who you are and all that stuff about you really, really quick. But I did want to start this week by giving a shout out to my co-hosts John and Nessie, both kind of doing their own thing now, got their own channels up and running. So yeah, please do go subscribe to them. Links are down in the description. And that having
Yeah.
been said, Lady Triple, thank you so much for joining me on this Easter Sunday.
Woo! Rohala! It's Lady Triple. That's my line. But yes, you're very welcome. I'm so happy to be here. We've talked about this a lot, and I'm glad to finally be here. And it's a great week for it.
It really is a great week for it. I'm gonna put Baby John down real quick. So,
can I just say how happy I am that you dressed up as this is my favorite cosplay ever.
You're welcome. Well, I wasn't going to let you out you're probably going to win the cosplay contest, but I at least wanted to participate.
Do you have a rap?
I can rap Weird Al's White and Nerdy.
No, we need your Liana song. You need a song. You need a song for this. We'll write one for you. Lip bringers. So that's actually one of my if we're getting on the subject of following people and doing shameless self-promotion, we have our filk account at Lip Bringers, and we will write a song for you if you perform it in that costume. I will write a song for you.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's you're putting me on the spot with all these people watching.
But we'll do it. We'll do it on our own time, but we definitely will. I will write a song for you if you perform it at the next time I see you at a con. We could do a karaoke night, Ice and Fire Con.
I think I could. So yeah, Lady Triple, should I just call you Trips or Triple or LT?
You know what? I get so actually Triple comes from, it's an iteration of a lot of nicknames of variations on X Tina throughout my life.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like around the time that Christina Aguilera had those chaps that said X Tina down the side. I was like, yeah, that should be my persona too. So, people call me X Tina X, and then it turned into Triple X Tina because we were like 14 and just, I didn't do porn. Right. It was just us being 14. So, I like Tripadip.
That's not the worst one I've seen.
I've never heard that one, actually. So yeah, people go X Tina, X, Trips, Triple. So yeah, it evolved from Triple X Tina to just Triple, and that was really huge. And actually, among my college friends, it's like that's all they call me is Triple. So they actually got me to join Twitter a few years ago, and I just went for like gay Twitter and to follow Lady Gaga. So that's why I'm Lady Triple, because it was just a play off Lady Gaga, to be honest. Who's my one true queen is Lady Gaga.
You could do a lot worse. So I was going to ask you where the name Lady Triple came from, but you just offered it up. Fantastic guess. Fantastic guess.
Yeah, people ask me a lot, so that's kind of the short version of the story. It's like Lady. It was a play off Lady Gaga, and actually I heard about Lady Guinevere afterwards, and I was like, oh crap! I feel like because I wasn't anticipating that to be my, I guess, fandom name. I just was on Twitter doing the A Song of Madness last year and started rapping, and that's how people started knowing me under that account.
Yeah,
but it is a play off Lady Gaga.
I literally remember the first tweet of yours I ever saw, because it was a Nimble Dick rap.
No, it was a Jamie Lannister rap, actually.
Well,
I remember you.
I saw was the Nimble Dick one.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I remember you commented under it and you were like, I think I'm in love with you. And I was like, I remember I was so nervous because it was funny. I had an idea for a rap. So I was doing A Song of Madness, and there was a Jamie versus Ned one, and Jamie was losing, and I was very, very, very upset about it. And I was like, and I made a tweet and I go, can we summon the rappers? And then I was sitting there, I was supposed to be working from home, but I had the idea for my Jamie Lannister rap there. And so I started writing it, and I, was done with work, and I was about to go and hang out with my non-Aswaf friends, like Shonley friends, if anything.
Right.
And I remember I was in the shower getting ready, and I practiced the rap, and then afterwards I recorded it and I posted it on Twitter and just like went out with my friends and didn't tell them. And I came back after those 3 hours and I was like, holy crap, like 1,000 people have seen this video. Right. But yeah, actually I think I remember that one. I could probably do it. Yeah, I could do that right now. If you want to start.
You can do whatever you want. I brought you here so that all the lovely people down there in the chat could get to know you a little better.
Yeah, I like to rap.
I know. I mean, I've heard you rap many times.
Yeah, I have my Shira. Actually, my Shira Sea Star rap is my favorite. I'll probably do that a little later when I get I'm a little fluttery right now, but yeah, this one would be a good. So I did my JV Lannister rap for A Song of Madness 2019. So that was, yeah, my name's Lady Triple, and I'm here to say it's time to vote for the one who really slays. He slayed the Mad King, and he rocks a golden hand, and I don't even care what he did to Bran. Oh, I said it, but don't you see? Jaime pushed Bran to his destiny. He can't walk, but he can fly, and now he's creeping around with his third eye. But I really gotta know, who's the real Azor Ahai? It ain't John. Well, it ain't Danny. It ain't even the one true king, the big Stanny, the salt, the smoke. Now they're all fakers. The real Azor Ahai is my man, the Oathbreaker.
Okay, there you go.
I actually did not practice that one. That was straight up. I was like, oh God.
All around the world right now. And that was the first one I heard from you. You're right, because that was very familiar once you said it again. The big Stanny. That's a line that's going to stand out for a long, long time.
Yeah. The Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
The Oathbreaker. Yeah, and of course the big Stanny. Yeah. Now I have a lot of Stannis songs actually. He's really great to write about. Brian Lipbringers, Brian and I have the Stannis anthem, which we haven't recorded anything yet. We wanted to premiere it at Ice and FireCon for the performance contest, and he would kill me if I revealed anything.
Yeah. Let's not do that. But I see your podcast partner, KW Dent, is dropping some comments. So
thanks K-Dubs, dropping fire.
So let me ask you then, that because it seems to me, as an outside observer, somebody who's, I'm part of the fandom, but you can't see it all. It appeared you had a pretty quick rise to being a pretty significant personality in the fandom. Yeah. Very quickly once you started posting your raps.
I came Dracarys into the fandom actually, because I met George within like 6 months.
Right.
That happened too, which I did not rap for him. I was too scared.
Oh man, that would have been awesome though.
No, it's too intimidating. Like I feel like he would have thrown me out or something, because there's a line when you meet George, but we could go over that a little bit later. And also there is if you're more interested, I did do a trip with Aziz and Ashea to Ireland.
Yeah, that's in the question roster for sure.
Yeah,
like that.
We do have a stream I did with them. Yeah, we'll go into that a little bit later.
I was here live for that one, but yes, I followed all of you on Twitter, jealous as hell for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was
all the fun.
That was unbelievable. I'm really glad that happened before the quarantine, because oh my. That would have all been canceled if it was this year. But no, about meeting Kyle. So what happened with that? So I remember so it was that week, actually. It was I did my Jaime Lannister rap, and people were like, oh, who's, Lady Triple? And then I kind of laughed to myself, like people were calling me that. It was just my random Twitter name. But
right.
So I did that. And the thing is I read the books. So I watched the first season of the show while it aired. And then I knew people. I was in college then. And so I knew people who had read the books. I had a friend who had read the books and was like, oh, the show's coming on. We've got to watch it together. So we watched the first season. So after the first season, I was hooked. Oh, Aziz and Ashea are here. That's sorry. Hi. That's so nice. Thanks, guys. So I watched the first season and then I was like, okay, I have to get the Shea, thanks. Yes, I am sheer stream star today. So I read the books after the first season. I read all of the books before season 2. And that, I mean, I was just like in my world. And for a very long time, it was my escape. It wasn't something I really talked about. I mean, you could ask some of my college friends. They were like, all Christina does is read books and go on. I would come home.
What a nerd.
So I know, honestly, so this was like back in the day when they used to have all of the books on tape on YouTube, like the Wild West of YouTube days.
Right.
So basically I used to go, I would, so I graduated college and then I would like drive to work and listen to the audiobooks. You know, I'd work, listen to the audiobooks. I actually got in trouble at work. I got audiobooks banned at my company at one point.
Now that is dedication.
Yeah, that was a thing. I still work for them, so hopefully they aren't tuning in. I got audiobooks banned at my company for a short time because it was on YouTube, so they thought I was listening to YouTube, and I was just like, no, I read these books before, and I got pulled into like a disciplinary meeting at my work because I was listening to the audiobooks too much. And people saw that I was on YouTube and I was like, no, I'm not listening. I've read the books and I'm really into it. And they were just like, seriously, just stop doing this. So I used to do that. And then I would go home and I would go on Reddit and just like read theories. And
so was Reddit your like gateway to the deeper fandom then?
Yeah. So what happened is I recognized, I mean, I knew Brendan Beefish and Poor Quentin, just their names. So when I got the Twitter, I just like one day I was on Reddit or something. I was like, oh, I wonder if these people are on Twitter. So I put their names in and then I found the Twitter fandom and then I found Davos Fingers. So that's kind of how all that happened. So I was a big like lurker. This was kind of my indoor place. And then I've always, been pretty outgoing and a dominant personality in my social groups. I ski and I like to ride bikes. So like we had a bike community and I have like ski friends and stuff. So in those kind of communities, I've always been outgoing. And then applying this to the fandom has really, it changed my entire life. I mean,
that is a common thing that I hear with a lot of people who have come to talk to me on I Know That Nerd, is that the fandom, the A Song of Ice and Fire fandom, and specifically like a certain corner of that fandom becomes such a huge part, such a life-changing part of your life.
Oh, I mean, like everything changed. I mean, I met my partner Brian. I moved to Florida. I didn't think I'd be. If you asked me, I guess it's a year ago. So, but still, if you asked me a year ago that my life would look the way that it looks and that I would have this, I would have laughed. I would have laughed at you. I was living in Boston and kind of at a crossroads in my life because I wanted to leave Boston. I started working from home. I work remotely full time. So I was like paying all this money for rent and I lived in a city that I wasn't working in. And I was like, okay, I should probably leave here. And it had just kind of been time for me. Love New England, love Boston, but it was just enough for me. And so I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I move home? Like, I feel like that's failing and all this stuff. And then I discovered the fandom and it was just this natural kind of progression of my life. And now I'm in Florida with the Cranog crew, real OGs out of the BOG here. That was from the Mirror Read. Actually, I think Michael G coined that line and Mandy did that song, but I love that line. Either way, my entire life changed. And so I met, and it was because of Kyle. And so Kyle, I did the Jaime Lannister rap, to circle back. I did the Jaime Lannister rap and Kyle reached out. I think he just reached out to Twitter in general. So I started following Blood of the Podcast and he was like, oh yeah, we're going to go over that rap. And then he goes, does anybody have any other considerations or like stuff I should talk about on the podcast? And I remember I was supposed to be working, when you work and you kind of chat a little. you tweet a little on the side.
Oh yeah.
So I was looking and he goes, does anybody have anything else to contribute to the podcast? And I was looking at the bracket and visually, I do marketing research. I'm a statistician at a company, and we're suppliers. So I work with I work in tech and telecom. Generally, I can't really reveal the names of my clients or anything like that. But yeah, I work in technology in marketing research. So we field surveys and analyze data. I've worked with a lot of different companies. I actually worked in television for a year. So I've worked with big, not HBO, but I've worked with other TV networks of that caliber. Mm-hmm. I'll say some, direct competitors. And so I've had a lot of, I don't know, I'm always looking at numbers and thinking about percent. So I look at the bracket and I was like, oh, well, yeah, here, why don't I tweet out? And I was like, okay, let me just take the percentages of the Targaryens and see like how they're doing against the Starks with all of this bracket data that I had in front of me. And so I tweeted that at Kyle and he was like, whoa, this is really interesting. And Kyle has a background in accounting, so he can follow what I'm throwing down.
Right.
As far as, it's not like that complicated. It's like a lot of averages and percentages and stuff like that. Yeah. But he could follow it broadly. So he asked me to be on the podcast, and then it just grew from there.
Yeah, as somebody, I come from a numbers background myself, engineering. Okay. So like I definitely could follow the math, and it was super interesting. And you guys did it again this year, and it was fantastic because you're not just covering stats. You're also covering like best of tweets and all of that stuff too. So if you haven't seen the stuff that Blood of the Podcast did, especially their YouTube channel specials that they did for the A Song of Madness wrap-ups, a link down to Blood of the Podcast on YouTube is in the description. Go watch those. It's two smart people having a good time and being hilarious and being smart about it too, because again, the numbers are just super interesting.
Yeah, it really was. This year was really different how they changed up the brackets. So actually last year I was able to come up with a model that was predicting the matches, but this year wasn't really the case because of the bracket shakeup, which I love. Davos Fingers does a great job, moderating that entire tournament, and I loved what they did. And that was really fun. So this year it wasn't like as predictive, I suppose, not at that level, but we found pretty much the vote counts were what was. So last year it was like this win margin was kind of predicting it because, you had all the competitors kind of going, into one final match, where this one you had almost like 4 separate pyramids and then they converge at the end. So right. It was different. But when you looked at the voting power, like Daenerys, she had a ton of people voting for her every round. Every round, she was pretty much the highest number of votes. I think she might have been actually every single round. So when I looked at that, and then I started looking at the Brienne votes, I was saying, okay, well, yeah, Brienne probably doesn't stand a chance in the finals, but it's all good though. I was happy it was them and not.
She put up a dignified fight in the end, though. Brienne performed admirably, I think.
Oh yeah, of course. It was about what, like 9 or 8 to 10% difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say like 9.
Pretty significant.
Yeah, but going against Brienne against Dany, I feel like she performed well enough.
Yeah, well, the thing about Brienne is that she was stomping the whole time. She had an easier bracket though. Dany had a tough bracket. She was against Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Arya Stark.
Because Brienne's in the Warriors bracket, right?
Yeah, so Brienne had Loras and Oberyn, whereas Dany had a really tough kind of path. But we go through that in the podcast, which is so much fun. This has always been my dream. I remember when I would go on Reddit, I would always think, oh, I'd love to do a survey for Reddit. But the thing that always stopped me was I didn't want to do a report. I didn't want to do like a full report because I do that at work. And that's what I make, my salary doing?
Right.
So it's like, I ain't doing that for free.
Right.
And I felt like if I ever just went to Reddit, I was like, oh, I'll do a survey. It just like wouldn't get the kind of, it wouldn't be fulfilling in the way that I wanted it to be. But I never thought about combining it with a podcast before until the madness. So that was really cool for me. And actually, I don't know if you know about what we did. I wish we had the YouTube set up, and we will definitely be doing this for any other, House of the Dragon or any other show we'll be doing this for. But we did fandom surveys after every episode of season 8. And it was the most interesting thing ever because we didn't know. So what happened with Kyle and I is we met, we did the Blood of the Podcast, like A Song of Madness stuff last year. And then season 8 was about to start. And I go, hey, Kyle, I've always wanted to do Reddit surveys and I wonder if we could podcast them. And he goes, oh, okay. And we were days away from the premiere. I'm not even kidding. I brought this idea up to him and we had the survey. I had the survey programmed in Google Forms that night. It was like, okay, let's do a prediction survey. Because remember, people were doing like live, die, White Walker, those things. So I said, hey, why don't we do something like that and have like a prediction survey that will field to the fandom? And then we'll like go over the results in a podcast. So we did that we had a pre-season 8. We did a survey after every episode of season 8. So it would go, the episode would air that night. We'd kind of get an idea. We had like standing questions and we'd go over like plot satisfaction by the plot points. And just kind of like overall episode, like how'd you like the episode? Did you think it was well executed, etc. And then we'd also have open eds too, which ended up being really, really fun. And so after every episode, Kyle and I would talk. I'd program the survey the next day, like by noon on Monday, we'd have the survey out, to the public on Reddit and Facebook groups. Like we promoted it everywhere. And then we would promote it. And it was amazing because I work in research. So like getting responses. So a good response rate is like definitely over 100, but so when you want to do demographic analysis, like age and gender and stuff, you want at least 30 people in each bucket to do significance testing. Okay. So, we were getting response rates from like 300 to, I forget our biggest one. Our biggest one might have been like 700 and I'm talking from like Monday probably around noon to like Wednesday when I would get off work. Like
I think I was in every one of those, but
I mean, I just couldn't believe I could get that much sample. I was so amazed by it. It was really, and I'm telling you, these timelines were tight. Like even for what I do, and obviously like working in marketing research for so long, I know how to field an entire study by myself. But this was like I've never done like a write the thing, program it, field it Monday, pull it Wednesday, record the podcast Thursday. And so I did all the data analysis, definitely not during, any working hours.
That would be
No, I would do it. I would definitely do it only on Wednesday night, after working hours. And then we'd record the podcast Thursday after work, and then we'd have it out on Friday. And it was the most exhausting thing, but one of the most fun. And of course, season 8 was a shit show. So oh, thanks. I know I do get really giddy over data. So it was so exciting. And the best part, so kind of the same thing with the A Song of Mana stuff, we had tweet regions. I did the same thing with the open end stuff. We call them survey maesters, but thank you, Amy. Oh, you guys are so sweet. So Okay, I'll try not to lose my train of thought. This is my madness over here. I'm such a
I told you before we started, my only job today is to steer this crazy ship, okay? Yeah. You are doing a fantastic job. You are one of the easiest. All I have to do is ask you one question and off you go.
I'm used to Kyle. Kyle usually wrangles me, and he is one of the best people I've ever. So I've had the luxury of podcasting. Well, now with you, now I can add you to my list. I've never podcasted with a bad person. I think it's just me, but Kyle does such a great job kind of reining me in. And then also I did one live stream with Aziz, which was, that's some big leagues. So
why is my camera went all fuzzy again? I hate it when it does that.
It can't handle your beauty.
I know. I was just going to say, we've got the two best looking cosplayers in the land on the stream today.
Definitely.
I'm not going to say who I think is the cutest, but we won't make it a competition. I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard. When I saw it, so Steven didn't tell me he was going to cosplay Liana. I wanted to talk about your Liana cosplay, though, because it was my favorite part about Con of Thrones. When I saw that, I was quaking. Actually, we took our first picture together in these costumes. I didn't have this wig on. I used my real hair.
I was wearing Stark armor.
No. Or no, it was at the Crying Wolf. We were wasted.
Yeah.
Oh my God, actually.
What a night that was.
Oh my God. Do you want to hear a funny story about that night or that whole thing?
Of course. I want to hear whatever story you're comfortable telling.
Okay. Honestly, this is it's personal, but it's really funny. So if you guys know Brian Edelon from Westeros, an American Musical, he's my boyfriend / partner. We live together, but we met through Ice and Fire Con, and then we barely met at Ice and Fire Con, and then we became friends and we talked throughout. Actually, he was always, so I would go, this is actually really cute. We called it, Kyle and I called it surveying for love. So with him, I would always go, I would always read through the survey responses, and because we picked them out, I would tweet them to promote the podcast, and then we'd go over our favorite ones on the show. And it was funny because you go through when you're analyzing data, I had this big Excel sheet, and so you go down. So I'm looking at the question. So it's what was your favorite part about this episode? And then we did what did you like about this episode? What did you dislike about this episode? And so I would always go down the rows, and the rows are the survey respondents. Right. So I'd go down. So I'm ha, and you go down, you're ha ha ha, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna do this as a tweet or in the podcast. And then so when I would do the podcast, we'd always number them. So we wanted it to kind of feel like it's a real person. So we're just oh, it's Survey Maester 92. So I would go down and I'm oh, blah. Oh, this one's so funny. And then I'd go to the next one. I'm blah, blah, blah. Oh, this one's hilarious. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this one's really funny. And then I look and I'm shit, it's all the same person. And it was so funny because I would do it and people would be oh yeah, that was me, with their responses when we did it. And so I would do it and Brian would be oh, that one was me. And I was really? That was my favorite survey respondent. So it was I blindly found him in a survey. Compatibility.
It's just further evidence that this particular fandom breeds true magic.
It really does. But no, actually what was really funny is so we kind of had we met at Ice and Fire Con, but our romantic connection was at Con of Thrones. And it was really funny. So the first night was the Crying Wolf, right? And that's when I saw him, after Ice and Fire Con again. And I was excited to see him. And we were kind of, ooh, let's see if this works, right? So,
right.
So I remember that. So obviously things worked out. Spoiler alert. But I remember that Sunday, Ashea, she was, talking to, we were having girl talk. Oh, Kyle said he can 100% confirm I pulled Brian's tweets completely anonymously. Anonymously, I get it talk each and every week. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. It's true. So it was funny. Ashaya, we're having girl talk, which is, I know it's supposed to be confidential, but it's not. So we were having girl talk like Sunday after Brian had left, and she goes, "When was your guy's first kiss?" And I was like, I think it was like the Saturday or the Friday night or something. And she goes, "Wait." And I go, let me ask. Or no. She goes, "Sorry. No, this is how it happened." So I was like, okay. So she goes, "Yeah, when was your first kiss?" And I was like, "Oh, I think it was the Friday night." And she's like, "No, it wasn't." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Well, at the and ladies, you can relate." And she's like, "Yeah, you wore red lipstick to the Crying Wolf, and Brian had red lipstick on his face." And I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Like I completely forgot our first kiss. So then I say, "Hey Brian, do you remember our first kiss after that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, wasn't it that Friday?" And I was like, "No, it was at the Crying Wolf." And he was like, oh crap, now I remember. It was really funny. I think I mauled him in the back room. I was just like, "Yeah, you're my favorite." So he responded,
Well,
I don't know if that's too personal, but
hey, this is your story. I love it, and the lady likes what she likes, and you went for it. And
yeah, I hope he doesn't get mad that I talked about how I mauled him with my red lipstick. But that's the thing, though. Like, ladies, I love wearing red lipstick, and I mean, I even got like the liquid, like Color Pop, like the no smudge. Like that shit gets everywhere when, like, there's a point when you drink enough where it's like, if you're wearing red lipstick, it is going to be everywhere. Like it's going to be on your cup. I mean, I'm wearing like a nude color. It's already on my cup, but like, it's going to be on your cup. It's going to be on your face. It's going to be on his face. It's funny because especially being single, when you wear red lipstick and you're about to go out, you're like, like, am I going to like make out tonight? I don't know. I think, yeah, I need help, guys. I'm not great at this. Okay. Thanks for the recommendations, people.
I do want to point out, though, I'm gonna.
Shay's applied his own lipstick. They were so red.
I just wanted to let everybody appreciate your cosplay for a second.
Okay. I thought you dropped out.
No, I'm here. I just put you on full screen because you've got the different color eyeshadow. You've got the different color contacts. You've got the necklace which matches your eyes. I love it.
Yeah. And I also have my bra strap showing, but that's because I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to wear like the special pasties for you guys. Sorry. It's still Sunday in quarantine, but yeah, no, this is the most. Thank you.
It deserves to be acknowledged.
Oh, thanks. I know I do have a rap I have to do at some point, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, I went to Con of Thrones and then what? Aziz. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, we definitely met IRL at the Crying Wolf because I have a picture. I should send it to you. I have a selfie on my phone.
I have a picture.
Space Wolf's here.
Yeah.
Space Wolf. Oh my god. Okay. Space Wolf was an amazing survey respondent. Actually, he wrote this amazing survey response about how your picture's your dog. Oh, his dog. So his dog, RIP, his dog passed away, but he told us how his dog meant so much to him in the survey response. And both Kyle and I, we were going through the data and it brought us to tears. And that's the thing, I do this for a living. So I go through, so we call it verbatim analysis, but like open ends, which are just the questions where you in a survey, you just go for it, like free flow. So we call them open ends or verbatims. So I would verbatim analysis is a big part of my work, but I do it for companies. So it's just people like, yeah, cool, it was fine, or whatever. I'm trying to think. I've done I've done kid surveys. So I did when I worked in television, I did kid surveys for an award show. And I have to speak generally. I can't reveal clients, but I worked generally for an award show that would be on a kids network on TV.
Okay.
And so they
make choices on that show, don't they?
It's weird. Like you have to have their parents do it with them, and it's complicated. Usually I do stuff where it's just like people are like, yeah, this was good, or yeah, it's service, or I don't know. I work for one of the I can speak in general terms, sorry. I work with one of the top 5 cell phone providers. So that's one of my big accounts right now. So it's like people are just like, oh, this phone sucks, or oh, the service sucks, and all that stuff. So I don't really get funny / interesting ones. Sometimes you'll be like, Obama did 9/11, and you're like, oh my God, somebody's crazy.
Wow. Really? In like a survey about your cell phone?
Actually, there was one. Oh my gosh. I can't say what the provider is, but somebody was like, it was like, why did you switch to this provider? And it was like, all the honeys are on, this cell phone provider. And I was like, what? Like what? All the honeys. That's like why you would join a cell phone provider. Yeah, that stuff's so freaking boring. So I love doing like Game of Thrones verbatims. Like I'll read those all day. I still have all that data too, which I want to do it I want to do a panel or something. People, would you guys come to a panel if I did all my season 8 data as a panel? Would you like that? Would you think that would be cool?
I would go to that. I love data analysis and like sort of applied mathematics anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like predestined to like that, but I bet that most of the viewers, I mean, that's the thing about this corner of the fandom. Maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're an engineer, but everybody seems to have crossover knowledge and interest, maybe in all of those fields, the legality of things, the way, George might describe battle injuries can be interesting to somebody who's a lawyer, somebody who's an engineer can Maester Mary has got a fantastic new podcast out where they're deconstructing the legal things happening in Westeros, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I love about the fandom too, is like people can take kind of their day jobs and apply it, which I mean, that's why I think I have a unique approach, because it's actually funny. I'll tell you, there's big nerds in what I do, but they hear about the stuff. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm taking vacation. And I go, yeah, I'm going to Ireland for 3 weeks. And they're like, oh, what do you got going on? And I'm like, well, I'm going to Ireland with these famous podcasters, and we're going to go follow George R.R. Martin around. And they're like, wow. So wait, what did one of my coworkers say in an email, like to a bunch of people? He was like, wow, honestly, that's the next level nerding. Mad respect. And I was just like,
that's not wrong.
Like I'm the nerd at work, actually. No, I did have a competition with somebody at work who was the biggest Aswa fan, and then they actually bowed out. I think around season 7 they like took themselves out. Now they're the biggest Wheel of Time fan. So. Okay. Sorry.
So yeah, everybody that I came into being like a super fan through the A Song of Ice and Fire fandom. I'm assuming you did as well. And you have already described yourself as a nerd. So let me ask you this. What was the first thing that you really got nerdy about? Ooh. Or like, what was your gateway into nerd culture?
Like, let's see. I'm trying to think. Well, you know what? Honestly, on a big She-Ra level.
Okay.
It's funny though. God, this is so weird.
As in,
I mean, I don't even know if it's. I'm just gonna go for it. So when I was a kid, I would watch Unsolved Mysteries like a motherfucker.
Okay.
And it's like, whatever. They had all. It was funny. I rewatched an episode recently, and I was like, okay, wow, they've got everything from like missing persons to alien abductions to ghosts in the house or whatever. But I used to watch that shit all the time, and that got me into the like getting into stuff, right? Like the researching and the having to know everything about everything and theories, right? I'm trying to think of a piece of like a book series though.
Or movie series? I mean, were you a Potter? Were you a Star Wars kid?
Honestly, my mom didn't like, she thought, okay, oh shit, my mom's watching. So I think she is. Yeah, I was like, I can't. No, I was gonna say my parents. I didn't watch Star Wars. I watched Spaceballs before I watched Star Wars.
Okay, that's a great movie too, by the way.
Like, I don't think my parents were into Star Wars, so I didn't see it right away. So I'm gonna say I wasn't like a huge. One of my first memories was watching Jurassic Park, though, and I was like really scared because I think that came out when I was like 4 or 5, so that was scary. No, my mom's definitely watching.
I love that movie though.
I'm trying to think another big like a fandom. I mean, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies a lot. I used to I was in high school then though. Like I used to like braid my hair for that. Oh, I love like Xena, the Warrior Princess. I used to watch that all the time. Yeah, I'd say like I loved her. Lord of the Rings, of course. We had to read that for, and I used to read like Nancy Drew mystery series. I mean, I used to read a lot, definitely. A lot of different, like I definitely read like all the Nancy Drews and all that. I loved mysteries. Oh yes, may the Shorts be with you.
Okay, I feel the Unsolved Mysteries, the sort of like deep diving into theories on A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theory person. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I'm not, it's interesting, I suppose. But honestly, I think like how, I don't know, sometimes I think like how people like go off the grid really fascinates me. Like people who disappear and like no one knows what happened, or, like kind of interesting stuff. But I think that stuff's interesting, and I like to know a lot about. So that's why I love A Song of Ice and Fire. That appeals to me because there's so much lore, and I'm definitely like, I think Shira's Sea Star is Quaithe.
I do too. I mean,
that's part of my rap. My rap has that tinfoil in it.
I think Shira Sea Star is Melisandre's mother.
Wait, Shira's. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Theory that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because it makes so much sense when you think about the abominations and like Bloodraven. Well, I'm thinking about like Bloodraven warging into the wolf, and like for the wolf that went south, and like Ghost is Melisandre's cousin. Because Ghost is Bloodraven's.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many albinos in the Game of Thrones, right?
Like Bloodraven is her father and Shira Sea Star is her mother.
Yeah, and they're all connected.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though. I'm big into the magic. I'm big into Rohala. Like Rohala. Yep. I love Rolor. I love the old, like that shit is my jam. And it's funny. That's probably why I'm not like a huge it's so funny. Like I wanna be a Sansa shipper with everybody else, but she's disconnected from the magic.
Okay. With my favorite character.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like I feel bad for her.
Number 2 though. Bran is number 2. And nobody's more connected.
Yeah, Bran chapters are cool. One of my favorite chapters though is the Melisandre chapter. Like that is top 5 for me, for sure. Top
Yeah.
5 chapters. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it definitely makes her much more sympathetic and like peels back enough of the layers that we're like, oh, so some of it is smoke and mirrors, but not all of it. Like, not all of it. And we have that from a first-hand source.
So do you think that the magic, so the old gods magic and the Rohala, I just want to say
that's fine. You can call it Rohala all day.
So do you think it's the same like wavelength?
I mean,
Or
that's
that
a
they're
broad
mirrored?
question. That's a broad question. So like, yeah, I think all water comes from the same well, so to speak, but they are clearly very different in the way they're implemented. So I think they probably have the same source, yes, in that all magic has the same source.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that they're almost like competing
you can take a piece of iron and you can make a sword, or you can make nails, or you can make a plow, or you can make a lot of different things with it. So it just depends on who's manipulating it and for what purpose and what their skill set is. But I think it's all, I think it is all the same.
I think it's the same well. I think it's the same well, so to speak, that is being pulled from both. But maybe they have different tools. Yeah, like fire being the tool and ice being the other tool to like mine the entity.
There's a third one. I can't remember whose theory it is, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the trident has 3 branches, and they're red, blue, and green. And I think there's red magic, which is fire. There's blue magic, which is ice, and then there's green magic, which is green seeing and warging and stuff like that. That's magical green right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that. Actually, one of my favorite things. This is probably how I became friends with everybody at Ice and FireCon. Is
was discussing theories.
No, was my icebreaker was like, what would be your strain of Westerosi weed?
Cannabis, yeah.
Like, do you have a name? Just think of one.
I don't know. High Garden OG.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah. On the spot, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
I love it. Wait, what were some of my favorites? There's obviously just like straight ghost grass.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. That's really good.
There's, let me see. Oh, I loved this one girl. I don't even remember who it was, but she was like, "Yeah, you know when the bowls cash, that's a bowl of brown." And we were just like, that was never. Oh, Craster's Keef. I definitely that was one of mine.
That's so good.
I was like, "Yo, I got some of that Craster's Keef." Oh my gosh.
Okay, now everybody's throwing
everybody throw theirs in. No, it's really a great. Okay, I have to remember this. Night King Shatter. That was after we had a group chat and it was like, oh shit, did anybody pick up some of that Night King Shatter? We gotta smoke that shit. After he like exploded. Dornish Delight, yes.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. That's my real
Woo! Yeah, I mean, 420, y'all. Okay.
At 5:50
I think
in the afternoon.
I know, but I just meant in general. But I think it
is April 2020, so it is 420 all month. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. I'm only on alcohol. I don't think I could live stream and do. It'd be interesting.
Ooh, I like that one, Aziz. Grand Northern Lights. That's good stuff right there. I've had Northern Lights. It's quite yummy.
Ooh. Man. Well, we had. Wait, Aziz. What were some of our? I mean, we definitely. we had a one hitter that broke. That was in Ireland. I broke everything. Like I'm the person that will like accidentally break your one hitter when you need it the most, and then try to duct tape it back together. So that happened, but it was a black skull, and so we called it Poor Quentin.
Oh. Oh man.
But yeah, no, that was a great icebreaker for me. Actually, that's how I became friends with everybody at the con, like Aziz and Ashay, to be honest, because we were all like, that was my icebreaker. I went to Ice and FireCon and didn't know fucking anybody. I knew Kyle invited me, so Kyle invited me to Ice and FireCon. So we started doing the podcast, and he goes, "Hey, where are you from? You're from Michigan again?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah, there's this con in Ohio I'm going to, blah blah blah." And I was like. And it was literally in like 3 weeks before the con. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I didn't have a room. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have my Facebook activated at the moment. I was taking like a break. So I didn't have my Facebook activated. So I didn't have a roommate. So I just straight up go to this con. I reactivated my Facebook and found a roommate, but I was there and I was like, Kyle left early because he lives in the why don't I just like get like lemon cake Kush OG? That should definitely be one. OG. Anyway, but that was so I'm at the bonfire at night and I'm like looking around, I'm like, all right, I gotta make friends. And people are partaking and on the low. But low key.
Yeah, they're partaking of perfectly legal recreational thing. There was some drinking going on.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. So I'm out there at the campfire by my lonesome, like, all right, I gotta make friends here. And so Aziz and Ashay, I was a big History of Westeros fan, and loved their like Dreams and Dreamers episode and their analysis episodes. So I recognized their voice before I saw them. I was like, they were behind me, and I was like, oh my god, I know that voice. And I see them, and so we're there, and I'm like in this group with all these people. I don't know anyone, and I don't even have I had two objectives: one, make friends; two, like have a place to sleep.
Right.
So that isn't sketchy. So I was like, okay, so what's your Westeros strain of weed? And it worked. It's a great icebreaker. It's a fun thing.
And that can be a high stress situation, but speaking from experience,
everyone was so nice.
Are just like fantastic human beings.
They're nice. Well, Ashaya did use me at first, so she was the winner of the Faceless Man game. Yeah, she was the winner of the Faceless Man game, and her target was Kyle, and she didn't know Kyle that well, but she knew that I knew Kyle, so she like I don't think she pretended to be my friend. She's obviously my friend because she's here supporting me, actually, which is really sweet. Advantage. Yeah, no, she definitely like played me like a little fiddle, and I'll never let her forget it. never let her forget it. But it's funny. We've moved past that, but it's still funny. She did definitely use me.
Yeah, I think we talked about that when I had Ashaya on. I Know That Nerd a couple months ago. I think that might have come up.
Yeah, she definitely used me to win Faceless Man. But I mean, that's Ashaya though. I love Ashaya.
I gotta be honest with you. I would use you to win Faceless Man too.
Ashaya said, and I'll play you again at the next con. Hell yeah, girl. Yeah, girl, play me. I love it. Maybe I'll play you back. How about that?
Yep, she Faceless Man Brian though, and congratulations on the win, Ash. Well deserved, I'm sure.
I know, right? I love the little like side games. Actually, I did a big one at Dragon Con. I got everybody so basically we were going to this party and it was like an Always Sunny themed night. And so I had this, when I was in Ireland, I came up with this like Drogon cosplay. Me, Avril, who's amazing, and Matt McSorley. Everyone's amazing that I've ever talked about in this fandom. So we went to the dragon. Oh, what?
Well, she's from Ireland, and she doesn't really come to the U.S. as far as I know.
She was at Ice and FireCon, and actually I didn't meet her until Ireland, but I think she was at Con of Thrones too. She called me tonight. She gave me like a surprise FaceTime before I went on
Maybe
a few hours ago.
I have never met her. If she's and I've gone to Con of Thrones, but never Ice and FireCon, although that changes this year. But yeah, Matt McSorley, good guy. Met him a couple times now. Good dude.
So the three of us, I was like, I'm into hiking. So when I travel, I like to, I want to get like a hike in. I love like hiking is one of the best things. All Trails is a great app for that too. You can do it in quarantine, to be honest, like just, have a mask on you. And like, if you see somebody, put it on. But, I love hiking. So I wanted to Purple Wedding Haze. Oh my God. Yes. I've never heard that. Yes.
Well,
oh my gosh.
That's Sean. He works at a head shop. So, he's ready to go.
Wait, I want someone to actually name, I don't know. I can't be in the weed. I can do marketing research for your weed business though. Hit me up. I will. Oh, thank you for the compliment on the costume. I have to do my Shira rap at some point. We're almost at an hour. I feel like I know it's like I feel like if you're watching I gotta it's okay.
Look,
we'll naturally flow into it.
You are not here to dance for the people. We are here to learn more about the interesting fandom pillar that is Lady Triple. So
this is funny. Yeah. I came in hot, fired Dracarys. Am I like Aegon? Like I didn't show up until like no, I don't want to be like Fagon. I ain't fake. I ain't fake. That's the difference.
No, you're not like who?
Fagon?
No, I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I would have.
I can only assume you're talking about Aegon VI, the one true king of Westeros.
Oh shit!
Born of Rhaegar Targaryen. And
Eliana look, my mom's in the chat. My mom, hi B Heart. Yeah, that's my mom. I knew she'd be here. Hi mom, love you.
Hi Carol, welcome.
Yeah, Carol Ann.
My mom Betsy Mitchell is also in the chat. She's here every week though.
Moms, yeah, happy Easter, Mom. Sorry I didn't call you.
I'll forward to call you once.
I texted. I know I was busy today. But I don't even know. No, I'm not fake.
No, you're not. I don't recognize Fagon as like that is Aegon Targaryen VI. Thank you.
That's so funny. You're the first person that I've met that doesn't use Fagon exclusively.
Yeah, it's almost like a joke that I don't, but that's okay. The joke that I enjoy. My camera is just not with it tonight.
It's just like you're too beautiful to be captured.
Can't handle like the pixels are just like can't handle it.
It's like too beautiful. Malfunction. You've overloaded it.
There we go. I got it to fix it.
Okay, everyone says that they use Young Griff. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I'm Young Trips and I just came in real hot. Like
there you go.
As a contender. The War of the Five Queens already happened in the fandom, and like now it's Young Trips is coming.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Like young Trips ain't like.
You're still young though. You're a good. You're still got a lot of youth left to you.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Oh no,
that happened this year. No, it's all the Maiden's Blood. I got Maiden Blood bath bombs, so we're good.
Okay, John, we'll do that soon. Thank you. But hey, so we've been going for about an hour. So I'm going to do my mid-roll now, and then we'll get back to talking, okay?
All right.
So to everybody in the chat, thanks for coming by. This is the part of the video where I say, hey, like and subscribe, because I will always forget to do it otherwise. It's only been an hour. If you're still here, you could do me the favor of hitting the like button and subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I'd appreciate it. I do want to point out that John and Nessie have started their channels. Those links are in the description. Go check out their stuff. They're doing their own thing. John is doing more like TV and movie analysis, which I'm going to ask you about your favorite TV movies here in just a minute, Trips. So we'll get into that. And then Nessie is doing more like, I'll just say it's intellectual pursuits. They did a deconstruction of, oh God, now that I'm putting myself on the spot, I can't remember what it was. But she just did her first live stream about a week ago, and it was really good. Why can't my brain work right now? Somebody will tell me in the chat if I can't look it up on my phone. But I also wanted to talk about what we've got coming up on the channel going forward. Next week, we are going to be, it'll be me and John and Nessie again, and we'll be talking about Dunk and Egg. Yes, I know, right? I've talked to a lot of the Song of Ice and Fire content creators on my channel, and I've talked a lot about nerdy content, but we've never talked about a Song of Ice and Fire directly on this channel. In a year of me doing this channel, I've never covered a Song of Ice and Fire as a topic. But that changes next week, where we dive into Dunk and Egg. And Dunk is my favorite character that George has ever written. So I'm going to enjoy it, whether or not you do. Haha. The week after that, John and I are going to be doing a retro movie review. Nessie might be able to join us, but if you follow me on Twitter, if you follow Here Be Dragons on Twitter, you voted, and you know that movie will be the 1987 classic fantasy film Willow. So we will be covering Willow in about 2 weeks. Dunk and Egg next week, and then I'm not sure what's after that, but we'll know more as we get back into it. Lady Triple, I wanted to give you a chance right now. Is there anything you've got coming up that you want to make sure?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. So all right. So me, Mandy Helton, I don't know if she uses me, Mandy, who is also, her stage name is Denizzo, Danny. Yeah, Denizzo Twerkarian. So she is amazing. We met at Con of Thrones. We became instant friends. So me, her, Michael G, who was Varys in the Westeros musical, and my partner Brian, we have a group of filk songs. We kind of premiered for a Song of Madness. We're called @Lipbringers on Twitter, and we do have a Facebook page. We will be coming to YouTube soon. We're just setting everything up, and so we will be on YouTube. Please keep, follow, like, whatever the Facebook and Twitter, specifically Twitter's where we're the most active right now because of the Song of Madness. But we put out a bunch of videos for Song of Madness. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we are, amping up the production, amping up everything, and we're ready to have like an official YouTube channel soon. It will happen definitely within the next month, but probably within the next few weeks. So we are doing a video. So there's going to, for Ice and Fire Con, they're going to have kind of a, what is it, like a video convention, like video conference convention. And we will be doing we'll be doing one kind of fun video that I can't go into the details. You'll be in it.
I will be in that video. I will.
Yes. So we're going to have one fun video for that will be throwing up the weekend of, what is that? Like the last weekend of April. And we are going to be doing another music video for that. And probably I want to launch the YouTube page kind of in with that. So just stay tuned for all of that. And we've been doing, have you been watching our videos?
I watched a lot of them. I'm sure there's some that I didn't see. Twitter's a big place.
Yes.
But I watched a lot of them. And I really appreciate that. Like it.
Well, we love folk music. We've been writing we've been writing filk stuff in our head. I mean, you know, Brian did the entire Westeros musical, which is hugely successful and is probably the best. I mean, no, excuse me, undeniably the biggest impact in the SWAF fandom of filk music ever. But we're just kind of after that, like Brian and I got together, and actually when we were getting together, we wrote the Sheer Sea Star. Maybe I'll just do this Sheer Sea Star rap as part of this whole promotion. But yes, please follow us on Twitter. Please, when our YouTube page gets up, I mean, our YouTube page is at Lipbringers if you want to go follow it.
I'm gonna go follow it right.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, it's not set up officially yet, but it exists. It's just we haven't done anything with it yet. But yeah, we're waiting for a few weeks. We'll be doing all of that. We're trying to get everything together. We got a little burnt out. Like we were doing so many music videos for A Song of Madness, and we were doing them like on the fly, and it was so stressful.
I'm sorry. I just put Denizzo in timeout accidentally. I fat fingered. What I meant to do was make her a mod so she could drop a link to Litbringers. But unfortunately, on my small phone while I'm listening to you, I gave her a 5-minute ban. Sorry.
Oh no!
Sorry, Mandy. You'll be back in 5 minutes. I don't know that I can even do anything to unban you, but
it's okay. I think she has another YouTube account.
But when you come back, you can moderator and you can. It wasn't a ban. It wasn't.
That's so funny.
But when you come back, that would be great if you could drop a link in the chat.
Yeah, actually, to promote Litbringers. So what it kind of came as our. So, you know, I came in, I started doing the raps for A Song of Madness, and I had a lot of fun writing them. You know, I love music, so I'm listening to music, and I'm always kind of like thinking of filks when I listen to music. It's like you get a song in your head, and you're like, I have to filk this, right? So you're always kind of, the creative juices keep flowing. Then I met Brian, and we connected on that really a lot. So, like, then him and I got together, and so we lived together, so... If you can imagine the amount of filking that happens in this house, it's like
nonstop making up songs with you two.
Yeah, honestly, that's like 90% like that. And then we got a puppy, and actually we make up songs about our puppy. We have like we could do an album about our puppy. To be honest, like
nice.
What's raising our puppy? Yeah, we have a song about like putting her in the pen when she's been bad and like all of that. But anyway, so we do that. And then I met Mandy. And so Mandy has like a natural flow, just like, she loves music too. Like, she loves rap.
Personality too. So like,
yeah. We're very similar. When we met, it was like two, like, I don't know. It was ice. It was the song of Ice and Fire. Honestly, it really was the song of Ice. Like, I don't know. Honestly, she's fire too. Like, we're both fire, and I don't know. Maybe Brian's ice or something. But then we also have Michael G, who he's a talented musician on his own. Like he goes, oh, do you guys want to go to a Ren fair? And he lives in Florida as well. So he's up in Gainesville. And him and Adrian, love Adrian. Anyway, so Michael and Adrian are up near Gainesville. So they go, oh, do you want to go to the Renaissance Festival? And he was Varys in the musical, and
okay.
Yeah. So he's just a talented musician. Like he can play piano. He's in a Renaissance fair like band. So he brings his own kind of fire to the list. So the four of us, it was funny. I remember, you know, I was talking kind of individually with everyone, like, oh, are we gonna do like karaoke songs or Ice and Fire Con? Because we have all these songs. I mean, we have like a catalog in our heads. But, you know, actually executing, especially with like video, I mean, executing that is crazy. It can be crazy, especially with the timelines we were dealing with Madness. But, you know, we all have this interest. And I remember we were thinking, I had this idea. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe we'll do like Kanye West used to do Good Fridays. Like maybe we'll do Filk Fridays or something. And I said that to Michael. And I remember one time he came over and he's like, oh, whatever happened to Filk Fridays? And we're like, okay, sorry. You know, we just never had like a good idea or vision for like what we wanted to do with all of this creative song energy we had. But now, then I remember I was like, hey, do you guys know about A Song of Madness? And I was the only one who knew about it from last year. So I was like, guys, if we can record songs for A Song of Madness, we can drop them during the matchups, and like that will get us attention. That will get us an audience. I do marketing research, so I'm a marketer.
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm like, this will get us attention. We have an audience. It's this, and I think it will be really cool. So they didn't know what A Song of Madness was. I was like, yo, everybody get Twitter. Let's get like come to Twitteros.
You should
come
just
to Twitteros.
know about it because of how fun it is.
Yes, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, and everybody should be doing it, but it just ended. So sorry if you weren't in on it. Get it there.
Year to get on Twitter and make new Twitter friends. If you're not on Twitter now,
yeah.
And then so
Please
that next February rolls around, you can be a part of the
and like lip bringers, like we will be starting like months before A Song of Madness, like making videos, because we ran out of steam this year because we were like it got exhausting. Like, oh my god, I did this Daenerys video, which I'm obsessed with, but Brian and I did it in a day, and it was like I wrote it a while ago, but like we recorded the song, so it's like one, you write the song. Okay, so you take your song and you write it. So step 1 is writing it. Step 2 is recording it. So like we do a recording in, the microphone here. You record it. Then you have the recording and you play it and you record a video. All right. Okay. And then last step is editing. So you throw it all together and you make it into this like then you edit it. And then at the end, me or Mandy did a lot of it too, but like you caption it at the end for Twitter. Oh
yeah, so that people can follow.
Yeah, I was the caption. It was so funny for Michael's. I did Michael's Victorian rap, and I did it. So I would do it the morning before, because we wanted to drop them right when the matchups went up at like 10 a.m. So I would do the captions at like 7 a.m. And one time, so I was like, it was like right when I woke up before I started working, I would do the captions on my phone. And I remember it was like I'm the Iron Captain, right? And I wrote Iron Caption. So I send it to everybody, and I'll go, hey, can you guys watch this and like let me know if there's any typos in the captions? And they go, yeah, you wrote Iron Caption instead of Iron Captain. And I just thought that was so meta. I'm like the Iron Caption over here.
In the captions.
Yeah, actually we have, so one of our exciting videos, I don't know when it will come out. So actually we want to do like themed months we were thinking of, and like have all these different, we have so many ideas for the Lip Bringers channel. Like we were thinking, and hey guys, like, actually I should do a survey for this. God.
Yeah, and you know what's a great place to do a survey? Twitter.
Yes. No, I was going to say, like, I want to know what people want from Lip Bringers. So we have like filk music, but also Mandy and I were super talkative. We were thinking about having like a show, like just a show where we fucking talk, called Cersei Hour, or just drink or something, drink and talk. Oh God. Mandy's totally time out.
My apologies.
Yeah, like we want to do like, I mean, we have so many ideas. I mean, would people be interested in like a behind the scenes look at how we make one of our videos?
I would like to see that personally.
Like a making the video, I'm
just looking forward to this other video. I'm going to be one small part of it, but the whole idea of that video when it was presented to me, and it was Mandy Denizzo.
Yeah.
Denizzo Twerkarian who reached out to me and said, hey, you want to do this? And I was like, I love this idea.
Yes. Oh my God. Mandy's such a creative soul. I love her ideas. And the thing is like, there's a lot of people that have great ideas, but it's like, one, her ideas are great, but two, she can execute.
Yes.
And it's like being able to execute is the hardest part of creativity, right? I mean, I have so many ideas all the time, but it's like, you know, especially when we're looking at lip bringers and like, hey, we're actually going to execute and like make videos, and we've had these ideas forever, but it's like actually executing them is amazing. So we have a reason why I'm here is C-Stars. We do have a Great Bastards rap. And I kind of want to get into it. I want to just do it finally.
Okay, you know what? We've been building up.
Yeah, we've been teasing this.
There was one thing I missed in the mid-roll before you start.
Yeah.
And that is a shout out to the #1 patron in the land, Sean, aka Ridiculous Ed Tollett. Gets a shout out every week because he is the man. Thank you, Sean. You know we love you, brother. Now let's hear your rap.
Okay, I will give a little preface to this. It's a group of raps. It's to Kanye West Monster. If you remember, I'm a motherfucking monster. So I had this idea of, it was actually on the way home from Ice and FireCon. I was just listening to my rap playlist and I had the song on it. And I was thinking like, oh, I'm a motherfucking bastard, right? And having like all of the great bastards have a verse. So this is actually completed in film. We just have to edit it. We filmed it at Con of Thrones, so like that's how long we've waited on the editing.
Wow!
On the execution. Well, yeah. Brian released his. So there's a Bitter Steel verse. Brian released that for the Song of Madness. We have Michael is Blood Raven.
In y'all's crossover cosplay, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. That was when we filmed it. So we have a song for that. And so I'll do the Shira C-Star verse right now. Honestly, I think it's my favorite. So the Nicki Minaj verse from that song is like one of the greatest, especially female rap verses of all time. And that was one that I was like, it was kind of like Mount Everest where you just want to climb it. Right. And somebody asked where's the channel. It's going to be Lit Bringers. I think I can we get a link on...
You know what? Type in the chat. Just type anything in the chat. Make you a mod, and then you can add whatever link you want.
I don't know. Maybe Mandy can do it if she's still around.
I think she's still there.
Just because I'm going to drop this rap right now. But anyway, sorry, I should have had this ready. I didn't.
You've been talking about it ever since we started. I can't believe you're not prepared.
I know, Doy. Because I was worried about doing the rap in front of all these people. But
these are my friends. They're good people. They're good folks.
Yeah, okay. I said Danny. Denizzo's gonna get the link to our Lip Bringers channel. So yeah, Denizzo's a mod. There we go.
Yeah,
anyway, Danny. But anyway, so we have this rap of the Great Bastards, right? And so this is Brian and I came up with this. So we have Michael's Blood Raven. We do have a Daemon verse at the very beginning. It's like a little one. But then it goes Blood Raven, then Bitter Steel, then Shira at the end. So I'll do my Shira. So this is like the Kanye West monster. So, all right, wait, let me take a little drink.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm sorry. That's all the beatboxing you're getting out of me.
All right. So pull up like I'm conjured scrolls. I'm gonna ponder with this half sister. Know that dragons prosper. Ploy green-eyed rap, but no one can imposter. You think you're a king, but watch the queen conquer. First things first, I'll take your blood. A rubber dub. I'ma fill the tub, cause that's what a motherfucking bastard do. Keeping all this beauty fresh is what I got to do. Capture maidens, give it up for my recaptured youth. Blood flows, aging backwards, I die after you. And I'm all up in the cape with my necklace. And all this bling different colors like my Oculus. Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the witch when my magic and my bro keep rebels at bay. 5 cases the scrolls, no hero yet. Yeah, my prophecy so on that Azor better mind it. North to south, west to east, grind it, find it, backwards to the front, then rewind it, align it, pass the shadow, touch the light, then sign it. And you better not forget the undying. The King's Landing, I don't give a F-U-C-K. Forget throne games, cause I can't be contained. I'm heading across the narrow sea to play a higher game. And by the way, step to some blood when I bathe. Shadow banner mask to cover my face. The glass candles are burning all around me. The sea stars depart, and now we gotta play Dark Flame, Pale Mare. Oh shit, I fucked it up. Shit! I knew I was gonna do that. No, I'm not. Wait.
You're not letting
sea stars depart, and now we gotta scrape. Pale Mare, Dark Flame. Wait. Mama's Dragon. Dark Flame, Kraken, Mama's Dragon. Danny G's a matter. Shit. I'm getting all nervous, guys.
You know what?
Of course I fucked it up.
Look, you did like 12 times better than I would do. Like,
no, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna tell Brad. I'll be like, yo, baby, I fucked it up. That was fine.
It's not
No,
like
the end is Pale Mare, Kraken, Lover's Dragon. Danny dreams I'm at her. Tell her who'll harass her. I'm a motherfucking bastard. But anyway, we'll have that up. Sorry I messed up the end.
But you're right, though. That original song is fire, too. So, yeah.
Oh my god, people are like, it's okay, we're totally not watching. I just had the lyrics up, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought you were reading
my memory.
lyrics. Were you not reading lyrics?
Oh no, that's from my head.
From memory? No way.
No, I did it from my memory. No, I mean I've just done this one so many times.
Yeah, is it your favorite?
Yeah, no, it is. Honestly, I kind of want to like. Could I redo it? I don't know.
You can.
I don't know.
You are here to.
I feel. Oh my god! I can't believe I fucked it up though. Like, of course I did.
You're way more worried about this. We're all just friends hanging out. You're way more worried about this than you need to be. I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, but I just like wanted to.
But yeah, now you feel like you didn't do good enough.
Well, okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'm relatable, right?
Yes, you're very relatable. Oh, look, she's human.
Yeah. Oh, look, I messed up on my rap that I promised on Google I was gonna, or not on Google, on Twitter. I'm on Google right now, though.
You did it still.
Okay, wait. Let me just see if I can just pull it up, maybe. But I don't know. Like, what is your favorite song of the ones that you saw that we did?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. But the one thing that really stands out to me was the one. Was it even a song? You got to realize, you know, it's been a crazy month, and I am.
Oh,
it's been a crazy month for everyone. But there was one where, like,
really, it has. I didn't notice. No.
You're shooting a bow at Hoster Tully in the river, and the animations are just like a bow and arrow emoji flying through the air. So terrible but it was so great. I loved that. But I love absurdist humor, though. So that was aimed directly at me.
All right. No. Okay. So that one, actually, that was a funny story. So we were at the River Run. That was me, Aziz, and Ashay. We were at the River Run shooting location from.
Yep. You shooting a bow into the river.
Yeah. So we went to River Run, right? And so we were at the docks. So we like run out to the docks, and we had no cell service there. So this was the funniest thing ever. We're walking there, and we were talking about, because I was like, my name's Lady Triple with that red fork flow. So it's so funny. So we're like, okay, I think it was Aziz who came up with that line of red fork flow, right? But like we didn't know. We were like wondering what fork it was. And so we're walking there and we're like, shit, we can't Google it, right? Like what is the fork at you know, where River Run is, right? Like what was that? You know, we're like, okay, let's make sure that we have the fork right. So we're walking there. And we're like, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, shit, what's the fork? Oh, shit, we don't have any cell service. Like, we have to do this on our own. But then I'm walking and I look at me and I look at Ashaya because, you know, like we always, or I had a Game of Thrones map scarf and she was wearing her map sweatshirt. And I was like, guys, we're wearing maps. Like,
right?
We can figure this out. We're wearing maps. So we looked at it. And actually we found a lot of like messed up things for, you know, like typos on the maps, you know. Michael Klarfeld's maps. Like the HBO maps have a lot of typos if you actually look at it.
Either Michael Klarfeld's maps or the, you know, the official Lands of Ice and Fire.
Yes. Actually, I met
stuff has such beautiful artwork going on.
Have you modeled?
Do what?
Have you modeled yet?
What do you mean?
For Michael Klarfeld's maps?
No. I have not.
I gotta get you in those groups. Well, so I met Michael Klarfeld at Worldcon.
I was literally in a talk with him yesterday. Aziz had the Patreon hangout. Yes, had his Patreon hangout yesterday, and
okay. I
was in that group, and Michael Klarfeld was in there as well.
Oh my god, why wasn't I in there? I guess I'm not a Patreon. I should be a Patreon. Why am I such a?
That's why it was Patreon only.
I know, but I drove them all around Ireland. I feel like that was like indentured servitude.
That one, but you know what?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a Patreon. I'm an indentured servant. We have our own chat.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. It's called I Love Them chat.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. Again, I've had them both on I Know That Nerd, and
yeah, they're so humble.
they are like
There's some people with heads, you know.
They were my gateway into the fan community.
Yeah, same. Kind of. It all happened at once. It all came crashing down like the wall.
Yeah, John, that's exactly right. Did you model? And I'm like, what the hell are you asking me?
Yeah, you can be. Well, he hasn't done a north map. He hasn't done a north map with the Stark tree, so you can be Liana when he.
Yeah, I hope so. Actually, of all the Starks, I want to be.
You're my canon Liana, honestly. This is my Queen and Love of Beauty right here.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I do feel like this is the yardstick by which all other Liana cosplays will be measured for the rest of time.
Well, look at that. I mean, honestly, that I feel like Rhaegar spent all night picking those flowers.
Yeah.
For her.
And running his fingers through my beard.
Oh yeah. My puppy would love your beard. Actually. My puppy's actually her favorite cosplay is Shadow Baby. She's a black puppy. So sometime I will be Melisandre and she will be my Shadow Baby for sure.
I guess Dent agrees with you. Kyle does.
I'm still mad I fucked up the rap though. Like I tried to make it right.
Yeah, you've been drinking. It's all good.
I know. Although it's not even that. I think I'm just nerd, you know, like being on the. It was the last line, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love like throwing tinfoil into raps, like the fact that I think what makes that rap great is that when you get into the oh now I'm Quaith part,
right?
And then you're like, because I think when you wrap the tinfoil, that's the best way to solidify your theory, where you're like, I'm the Queen of Love and Beauty, like.
Right. I mean, hey, I love that you guys are doing this. It's like I'm definitely musical and I'm a music lover, but like making up the songs, and I'm not a music writer. But I have a huge appreciation for what you guys are doing, and I can't wait to start seeing your stuff show up on YouTube, because the videos from this year were great. And I'm sure there's some that I missed along the way because there's so many. Holy cow.
Okay, my favorite honestly was it was honestly Denizzo. It was the Missandei butterfly from Crazy Town. She was like, "Come Missandei, come Missandei. You're my butterfly. Interpret, baby."
That's fantastic.
You're my butterfly. Interpret, baby. Like I had that song in my head all week.
That's really clever too. See, like I wouldn't come up with that. I love it.
You just have to sit with it. Honestly, how I come up with it is like, it's just like one line. Like I'll be listening to a song and I'll think of one line, or it will remind me of a character and their motivations. And that's my favorite thing about it, is like you're getting into the character's head and you're like, oh, I'm this character and this is what I'm thinking and, you know, feeling. And this is my, like, that's why I love the song medium of expression for this. You know, as far as.
I'm sorry, that's just too funny, Leaf. That's just too funny. Is he wearing a dress? Yes, I am wearing a dress. And you know, take this at face value, please. But like, I got a lot of attention from the ladies when I was wearing the dress. And I did not hate it. It was not the worst day ever.
Of course. I mean, dresses are cool. It's not a short dress. Like, it's a gown.
It is a full-length dress. It's my Sunday best, you know. But
that's Church of Ropes.
Yeah, my other cosplay that I do is full armor with like a quilted gambeson. So wearing the armor in July and then wearing this the next day in July, I was like, okay, you guys got it going on. You guys that are just wearing a dress, that's the way to cosplay in July. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't imagine all that armor and shit.
It's not the most fun thing. I mean, it looks fantastic, but it's sweaty before 9 a.m., you know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I have like I didn't make it one of my choices on my Twitter poll, but I have a Targaryen kind of dragon rider outfit. It's actually,
Yeah,
you know,
I know exactly what it is. Exactly.
yeah, I should have answered this earlier. My biggest fandoms have been like video games.
I'm here for it though. As a matter of
I'm
fact,
a
I
huge
know.
Skyrim fan. I am like I mean, I recently just did a replay of Skyrim. That's what everyone should be doing. I mean, don't be
Skyrim's a fantastic game.
Skyrim. It's a completely perfect alternative to reality. And I mean, Brian had never played Skyrim before, so I'm like, you haven't played Skyrim? Okay, well, we're playing Skyrim. We're doing the Dark
Right.
Brotherhood.
If you're going to be with me, you got to know who the Dragonborn is.
You need to know who, yeah, you need to be a Dovahkiin. You need to, you know, I won't give any, I mean, I got the Blade of Woe, like.
Oh, nice. So would you say Skyrim is maybe your biggest fandom other than A Song of Ice and Fire?
Probably. I love
that is Dark Brotherhood armor you have, is that correct?
Yeah, it's Dark Brotherhood armor. So I got it to cosplay as well, one, I got it because I want it. Because I want it and it's mine, so I will take it. So yeah, it is Dark Brotherhood cosplay. It was for me to cosplay as Astrid because I always go for the blonde people because
it's easier that way.
It's kind of blonde up in here, so so it's funny how you like identify with characters that kind of look like you sometimes, but I always I think Astrid had did you play Skyrim?
Oh God, yes. Oh
okay.
God, yes.
Okay, good. I was like, how many hours do you have about Skyrim then?
I probably have, like X Factor says, I probably have nearly 1,000, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to look at those stats. That's like the stats page. It's like, oh, how big of a nerd are you? Okay, well, get on your
big.
Get on your Skyrim account and take a screenshot of like hours played.
Okay, so what race what is your favorite race to play in Skyrim?
Ooh. Well, last time I did Wood Elf because I'm a sneaky archer.
Okay. I mean, everybody is a sneaky archer.
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry, like that is the number one way to play Skyrim because it's OP.
I did Wood Elf last time.
But is that your favorite race?
I don't know. You know what? I'm a polygamist when it comes to Skyrim races. Like I'll play different ones to kind of. I don't have one that I'll like always go to.
How about from a lore standpoint?
Ooh, I mean, you know what? Like the Civil War and all of that never really.
You talking about with the Aldmeri Dominion and like the Shadow?
Yeah, if I was I was an Ulfric Stormcloak stan, not really. I mean, he looked like Ned Stark for sure, right? Oh my god! Wait, did you do? Obviously, you did the. I love the Solstheim quest. Did you do that with Mance Raider? That was straight. I'm Nat contingent, whoever they are. I want to be the wildlings.
Right, the Solstheim.
Yeah, they were the wildlings of Skyrim.
Basically, yes. Actually, I kind of look at that
guy was Mance Raider.
Oh
if
man!
You look, I swear to God, if you look at the costumes that they had, they were the same thing as the wildling costumes.
In the Reach around Markarth, there's that splinter group.
What, the Forsworn?
Yes, that's them. To me, they're the wildlings of.
Yeah, they kind of are wildling. They're definitely the wildling. Oh my god, it's like I forget the guy's name. I was like Googling it. I'm like Solstheim Mance Raider. No, I forget who the guy was. I forget who the guy was, but it was like him, and then there was Val. No, but it was like Solstheim, and he was like in his head Wargang, and then they had the book. Remember the knowledge Daedra guy, who honestly I kind of serve him. Because he always kind of creeps up. You know what I'm talking about?
The
one from Maura.
Oh, Hamius Maura? Yeah.
Yeah, the knowledge, the book knowledge Daedra.
he gives you the Mask of Clavicus vial, which makes you like super charismatic, and yes.
Yeah, and he shows up and it's like, talk to the wretched abyss. Yeah, it's like X at the wretched abyss.
Right. I haven't played a whole bunch of Solstheim. I've definitely played it all the way through, but like it's been long enough.
No, I love I stand the wretched abyss.
Okay, I got you.
I like that. He's like,
but like,
well, remember when you go to that place north of Winterhold, and it's like that guy in the cave, in the ice cave, and you need something from him for the Mages Guild question and the main quest or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you go in there and he's like, he serves the wretched abyss, but then you go talk to the wretched abyss, and the wretched abyss is like, yo, I don't like him that much. If you come work for me, I'll kill him. And you know, he's not the best. And then you're like, okay, yeah. I mean, you have to do it. So you're like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I'll do anything you say, wretched abyss. Like, I will never betray you, wretched abyss.
But that's a manifestation of Hamius Maura, right? And
yes. Yeah, it's just like they say wretched abyss. There's like the X that you
the talking dog is the Hamius Maura quest line too. You ever run into a dog that talks to you?
Why not? Why haven't I? Okay, I'm about to get out of here, get to my Skyrim.
Whatever hold it is that's directly south from Whiterun.
No way.
Just outside. Just outside the city there, you can run into a dog that talks, and it basically, like, he wants you to take him somewhere. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a Hamius Maura quest, and it's really messed up and funny.
Oh my god, I'm about to play that. I'm about to watch it. It's like I've got Westworld, I've got Tiger King new episode. Did that drop? The new episode?
Don't ask me. I have flat refused to have anything to do with that show. Oh, you're really? Right. No, okay. So Clavicus Vial, you're right.
Okay, ridiculous Ed. I mean, I'm just doing this from
it's from memory. It's been a while for me, but Skyrim is one of the all-time greats in video gaming. I agree.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I'm a huge like.
So you
that's like, number two. That's number two up in here.
Nord, but Solstheim Nord is who you're really pulling for.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just rooting for myself, honestly, like Dragonborn. I'm a Daedric. I'm actually a Daedric princess. Like, they're all fucked up.
They are.
And, like, talk a lot.
Well, Daedra literally is like demons. Like, okay, so the Aedra are our ancestors, and the Daedra are not our ancestors. And
who's your
there's not a, like, I guess, what is it? Azura is not so bad. But most of them are just horrible. Yeah.
What's your favorite side quest?
In Skyrim, my favorite. There's like hundreds of them, so that might be one that I have to think about.
Or just
anything off the main?
A good one.
You mean besides like main story?
Yeah, like not Dark Brotherhood. Not.
Okay. Jeez, I don't know. I spend a lot of my time in Skyrim not fast traveling and just running back and forth across the countryside.
Yeah.
Doing the exploring thing. So like, it just happens to be
what's your race then?
Say again?
What's your favorite race?
I'm an orc to the bone, baby.
Oh, really? I've never played as an orc.
Nobody ever plays as an orc. So
you killed the gourmet?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much shame did you feel killing him? Because he was like
zero.
Really?
Yes.
He was an undercover orc though, just trying to make his way and
yeah, he turned his back on his people.
Oh. He's a traitor. Yeah, I thought he was kind of like so he should have like he should have been like, this is the orcs gourmet or something.
That's right. He should have owned who he was.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. I was always kind of like, oh, he's an orc and he's too afraid to publish his award-winning cookbook.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you read
a real orc wouldn't worry about that crap. A real orc would just do what they wanted, and if you had a problem with it, they'd probably kick you in the teeth.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about Skyrim forever.
Hey man,
I know we should start Skyrim out. I would need a Skyrim happy hour or something like.
That would be cool.
I know. Can we just do a Skyrim channel? Like, how do we do this?
We'll do that.
Can we have a channel?
Sure. I could talk about Skyrim a lot too. Actually, you're making me want to play that now. I might go and play it. Did I lose you? Hello? Yeah, it looked. Oh, well, I'm not sure. It looks like the stream is completely frozen up to me. Can anybody still hear me? Hello? And Lady Triple, you are completely frozen. Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? Okay. Beth, you hear me?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me get rid of that.
Oh, there's two. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. We're back. We're back.
No, but I definitely want. Oh my god! Wait, could we actually? If you had time, I would do a Skyrim thing with you. If people would, do the people want it?
I would love to. I would love to. Matter of fact, you know what? We'll talk about that once the stream actually ends. We'll talk about that. Because, God, I really do love me some Skyrim. Although, like, my favorite things to do are, I mean, who doesn't love the Thieves Guild? It's the best guild in Skyrim. The companions.
I'm a Dark Brotherhood stan.
Okay,
like, I love.
Really good too. But
I love me some Dark Brotherhood. They had the better story, in my opinion.
The companions are not that good. The Mages Guild is actually terrible in Skyrim. I'm sorry, it's just not even it's not even a fun quest line.
Really, that was the first one I played because I you know, I don't know, like video games. I'm not a huge it's hard for me with shooters. Oh yeah, I do like the Nightingale though. It's like, but that takes so long to get.
Yeah, that's like the end of Thieves Guild.
It's like the very end where you're like, oh, well, finally I'm not being bitched at by this fake. There's a lot of fake ass bitches in Skyrim, that's for sure.
Oh man.
Like everybody's a fake ass bitch. Like I knew Devin Mallory was a piece of shit. Like
Skyrim is populated mostly by bad people, yes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was like, oh, I thought Devin Mallory might, at the beginning, I was like, oh, maybe he's kind of like a Jamie where he can like have a redemption. But no, he was just straight fake ass bitch the whole way through. Definitely Astrid she had a little bit of Cersei energy where she was just like, I don't know though. I have more sympathy for her where she was just trying to do what was best for her like faction, and she strayed away from the Dark Mother and like what the Dark Brotherhood was all about, and that was her downfall. Whereas
master plan.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love Cicero. So that's the whole thing. I got my Dark Brotherhood costume. Like for my dog, I had a Cicero costume.
Oh, that's nice.
Like my puppy was gonna be my Cicero. But oh yeah, no, I stole everything. Thank you, ridiculous Ed. Like I stole everything.
Anything that's not nailed to the floor.
I know. At the end of Skyrim, they should make you sit through your trial of like all your crimes.
Oh man,
it'd be more hours than you've spent playing.
If by the time you get to the end of that game, you haven't just committed like grand larceny, but probably like genocide against a significant portion of the Nord population in their home.
Yeah. It was probably better for Skyrim if you just died at the beginning, like they intended. Like for the betterment of Skyrim, it was probably better. Oh my gosh, I love Skyrim so much.
Yeah, I love this game too. What other video games are you in love with?
I love the Fable series.
Oh, that was another good one. Now I haven't played that one as much, and it's been even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Fable was a lot of fun. I just remember the end.
Yes, it was just so much fun. It was fun. I mean, I've been playing Animal Crossing, but I actually haven't even
Yard work simulator.
Yeah, I know. It got too laborious for me. Like I had all this shit and I didn't know how to decorate my house, and then I was just like, fuck it. And I just wanted new fish. And they just like Yeah, but no, I loved Fable. I loved Dishonored, where you're
Oh,
sneaky.
okay. Now I've
And
never
you're sneaky,
played Dishonored.
and then you're sneaky, and then you're like if you can sneak around and not kill people, the story ends up being better.
Yeah, I'm aware of that game, but like it's not one I
It's
ever
so
played.
good.
Like a
It's really good.
first person stealth.
I
Yeah.
recommend it because it's really cool how I've never had a game like that where it's like if you're sneaky and you don't kill people, the actual result of the entire apex of the storyline is happier for you. If you go around and like kill people, horrible things happen to you. Like,
Right.
I mean, kind of your whole mission, like you're kind of like a Davos slash, I don't know, like Liam Neeson, like you're trying to save somebody.
Right.
And
Right?
you were kind of like a Davos, and Shireen gets captured and you're trying to like save her from these awful people, and you're going through this entire quest to do it. And so you have this big purpose, but you have to be sneaky and like chokehold people instead of killing them. And so if you don't kill them, it actually gets
I've definitely seen somebody do a playthrough of it.
It's really good. And also the Telltale games from the Game of Thrones ones were really fun. I always kind of wanted to do like a Twitch or recording of a playthrough through that, since, like we have an audience of people. That would be fun. Like with friends.
It would.
Like the Forrester fan. Oh my God. I got to tell you, I have a huge crush on Asher Forrester.
Okay.
Like, ladies.
Okay. I cannot relate. Sorry.
Really? Who do you want in that universe?
Okay. Marjorie Tyrell. I'm sorry. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean yeah.
She's smart. She's got it going on. I mean, at least
right. She's smart. She's pretty. She's connected. She's got a good sense of humor too.
Yeah. No, I was such an Asher Forrester because you'd go to the marine area and he was like fighting in the pit and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this guy he's exiled. He's hot. He's bad. He's good. He's trying to redeem it. That's the thing, like with the whole Jamie shit too. Like, I'm such a sucker for that redemption arc. I'm such a sucker for a guy on a redemption arc.
So Zuko was your guy then, huh?
What? Wait.
Did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? No. Okay. I'll just,
I guess I should. I heard it was terrible. That's why I didn't watch it.
Okay. There is a movie called The Last Airbender, which is terrible. There is a cartoon that it was based on called Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it is, and people in the chat are about to light up right now and tell you.
I know. Everyone's gonna be mad at me. I was like, maybe
never made.
Maybe I am a Fagon.
No, you're not. Look, I've never watched Doctor Who. We all have gaps, Yeah,
I haven't watched Doctor Who either. But yeah, I know, right? No one's the perfect geek.
Right. It's impossible.
Oh my gosh.
I want to point out, somebody, Kolnitsky asked, did you ever play Morrowind? And by extension, did you ever play Oblivion?
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls. So that was what was that release, like 2006? So I was 16.
Okay.
So before that, I mean, I was like a big Nintendo person before that. So I didn't have, like, I don't even know did Morrowind come out on a console?
Yeah, Morrowind came out on Xbox. I played the crap out of that.
Okay, so I didn't have the OG Xbox, but I had like the Xbox 360, and I did Oblivion. So Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls. Skyrim was the one that changed me. So actually, it was funny. I had surgery. It was like I was in college. What was that, like 2011, fall of 2011? I had surgery during the winter break, and I mean, this is weird. I was on painkillers, and I had a bunch of time off because I had painkillers because I legit was recovering from surgery. But all I could do was lay there and play Skyrim. And like, I called it my second study abroad because it really felt like I was in Skyrim. Like, okay, weirdest thing ever. Actually, this is a thing in psychology, which is state dependent memory. It's not even state dependent. It's like tactile memory. I don't know, but so for Christmas, my mom gave me a candle, and it was like this woodwick candle, like a fancy candle that had a certain scent. And so she got it for me around the time I started playing Skyrim. So I would like, burn the candle and I'd play Skyrim. And I was on these painkillers, which probably like enhance the effect.
Oh, you know what Skyrim smells like.
Yes, exactly. Like this candle scent is Skyrim to me. Like if I smell this candle, I'm like, holy shit, it's Skyrim. Like this is what Skyrim smells like.
That's cool.
Actually, everybody should play video games burning different candles because it really like enhances your experience. I bet that would be the same effect if you like watched Game of Thrones or like read Game of Thrones with a certain candle. It would like.
Well, they like olfactory is like one of the strongest memory triggers there is, but like there is no smell component to video games.
Oh, there is. If you
make it yourself, yes.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. Is like if I had actually, this would be a really cool thing just to do. Is like if I read the Game of Thrones book and burned a candle, and this is. So I was a psychology major, so this is how I got into market research and all that.
Okay,
but
that makes sense.
So if you burn a candle and study for a test, and you burn the candle while you take the test, you do better on the test than when you, like if you're smelling it gets you in the mind. Cool. So if you burn a candle anytime we did like a Song of Ice and Fire shit, like I would remember stuff from the book better if I was burning a candle that I did when I read the books.
That's cool. I've never tried that method before. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? I should do that for like because I'm reading the Witcher series and all of that.
So you're about to have Witcher smells in your head too.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I should do that. I love that whole idea though, like the olfactory part of your brain, because the brain is such an interesting organ.
Oh man, tell me about it.
Yeah, I used to do.
Oh, wow. Do you know we've already been almost 2 hours?
I know, right? Should we wrap up?
Do what?
Should we wrap up?
No, we're going too soon. I'm not trying to interrupt you in the middle, but it's just like, wow, this time has really flown by. You're a very easy conversation.
Well, yeah, no, we haven't talked that much, like in a while, not like in this format.
Well, and like there are things that I don't ask people in anticipation of asking them on I Know That Nerd. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like literally I wait till I'm going to have them on, and then I'm like, so what was college like? And we didn't even get to that type of stuff, But there is a couple of questions I want to ask you.
Okay, let's do it.
And literally it was John Webster Film. Ask about movies. Yes, that was literally what I was going to bring up. I want to ask you about what movies you love.
Ooh.
And yes, this is, for those who are keeping score, me shamelessly trying to help John out here.
So what does John need help with, though?
John just started his channel where he talks about movies.
Well, John, why don't you reach out to me? I can help you with research if you want to do research.
No, he just wants people to come on and talk about movies they love, which is why what movies you love. So he can be like, hey, I'm going to do this movie, and I can just call Christina or Lady Triple.
Okay, so I'm more of a TV show person, and I'll say this because I like a steady development, right?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I love like a slow development. So like that's why I'd be like, oh shit, well, I'm more about like the 3-part movies versus just one solid. Let me think of like one solid like
he and Nessie
start to finish.
He and Nessie just covered season 1 of HBO's Rome.
So that was great.
He's doing that type of show as well. But like,
John, can you give me an example? He's around, right? Like, can you give me an example of like one start to finish movie that you think had like excellent character development? I always loved, I mean, it's super depressing, but I always loved like God, when I was like angsty in high school, there was like the virgin suicides, which was like really sad, but it was like kind of great and like the fucked up. Oh, you know what? I'll say, okay, so I love Tim Burton movies. So I loved The Nightmare Before Christmas. I loved Edward Scissorhands. Oh my God. If you want to make me cry like a fucking baby, I just show me Edward. Like I will cry because she's old in the end and like it's still snowing and she knows that he's alive up there because it's still snowing. Oh my God, it makes me want to just, it just like, it's so, yeah, Edward Scissorhands will just like, that one was unbelievable.
Yeah. I agree. Love that movie to death.
Yeah, anything Tim Burton, like I love, and then I rewatched The Nightmare Before. Like everybody should watch The Nightmare. I usually do a watch of The Nightmare Before Christmas between, it's like after Halloween but before Christmas.
So is it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie?
I say watch it between. Like you have to watch it after Halloween and before. It's like it's after Halloween and before Christmas. You have to watch it.
Think that while it's like Christmas.
But do you watch it before or after Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving Day?
But like my argument being that while it's got like it's examining Halloween and
it's about Christmas. It's about Christmas.
No, it's really not. It's about Jack learning to Jack learning to be thankful for what he does have in his life. That's why it's a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, so what's the best time? Like, what's the best day to watch it? Right before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving?
I think Black Friday because nobody should leave their house on Black Friday.
Yeah, true. Especially with social distancing, like, don't do that. Don't do that. No, I love The Nightmare Before Christmas and the Willy Wonka, Tim Burton.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Dude, that's a hot take right there.
Yes, I loved it. Hello, Starshine. The Earth says hello. I mean, that one was because it was a take on. I'm sorry, everybody does a remake. Like, don't hate remakes because everybody does it. Hello, Disney.
Right.
Like, oh, let's remake everything. No, but it was. I liked that it was a take on the OG Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Whatever you want it to be. It was a take on that was like Tim Burton, I think Johnny Depp is always an incredible actor. I know he's had some like personal issues and we could people take sides on that and whatever, but like his acting, especially in that era, was just top notch. I mean, I was obsessed with, that's why I loved like the Pirates movies. I loved, and he had a close relationship with Tim Burton. And I loved all the Tim Burton movies. So like the Tim Burton, Charlie and the Chocolate, I think it's Charlie or is it Willy Wonka?
You might not realize what you just did.
Why did I make people upset?
So this is John asking about movies. John is a movie lover. Everybody who's a regular here knows that. But you mentioned the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
He hates them?
No, no, quite the opposite. John is known. It's like his love.
I love them.
His love for Keira Knightley.
Oh, Keira, yeah. Oh, but she went because she was hot, man. Like, woo. Oh yeah. Oh my God. And then she became bad at, like, that's the whole thing. Actually, I was talking to Brian because we're reading The Witcher and we're kind of examining the show, and he was like, "Oh yeah, people are mad that they gave Yennefer a backstory or like that Yennefer is a woman of color or whatever." And I was like, "Bitch." I was like, women want to stand women characters. Like, that is the end, period. Right. And like, in back in the day, there wasn't a lot of like females to stand, but like women, and that's, again, like how Daenerys is an icon or Sansa or, whoever your like you get a backing because like females just like, we just want to relate. At least I feel this way. Like, I feel like I'm an emotional person. Like, I want to stand. I'm always looking at movies, like wondering where like the female I can relate to / stan is. Right. So that, that's what I love about the Pirates movies. Like she was great because she was kind of like this damsel in the first one, and then she became like a bad bitch.
Yeah,
And isn't that how we all are, kind of?
Or at least want to be, you know.
No, we are.
Okay.
I'm like, no. But I mean, I'm sorry. Was I ever? No, I probably was a damsel like when I was,
we've all been
17.
We've all been there.
Yeah, and then now obviously I'm a bad bitch now, so
I wouldn't mess with you.
Yeah, hold my hoops. Yeah, me and Denizzo together. Watch out.
Yeah, we at Con of Thrones last year. She and I were in the same Airbnb, so I got to see a good bit of good old Mandy there, and yeah, she tripped.
I actually haven't been a roommate of hers ever.
I recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
I know. I love actually wait, no. She came and stayed. She came and visited Orlando and she stayed with us. My dog peed on her. That's how excited. My dog's never peed on anyone but Mandy. Nobody. Like, I mean, I think that's like you get a trophy for that.
Right?
Yeah, maybe my dog will my dog would pee on your Liana cosplay, that's for sure. I would too. Like that's how excited you get.
Like to claim it as your own, marking your territory?
It's like it's a bit of both. It's like I'm so excited that I can't control my
I got you.
Bladder.
One of my dogs does that too, like the excited peeing.
I guess my dog's never done the excited peeing except for when Mandy held her and she peed all over Mandy. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't know. It was beautiful.
I'll tell you what though.
Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions for me?
I'm going to turn it over to the chat. If y'all have got questions for Tripadips here, go ahead and,
thanks.
Go ahead and drop them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get towards.
Yeah, I think I talked. Yeah, I think I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. Definitely follow at Lipbringers.
Follow at Lipbringers. Follow her on her own. Follow.
Oh yeah, Lady X. Lady X Triple on Twitter. I'm Christina Triple on Facebook. You can friend me on Facebook. I'm Christina X Triple, Christina Triple on Facebook. My real name's Christina. You didn't know. We never talked about it. My real name's
very beginning.
Yeah, my real name's Christina. Yeah, definitely follow Lipbringers because we've got some really cool shit coming out. And I think it's gonna be a cool YouTube channel. Like I just kind of want to I have all these ideas for, oh shit, I want to talk about like you and I was like, shit, I want to talk about Skyrim, but how do
we might, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could do this on your channel. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not here for money or anything. I'm cool. I just want to just.
You have a great guest, though. Like,
thanks.
Like, look, some people you're constantly like trying to get them to talk.
Oh no.
Now that has not been the case with very many of my guests, but sometimes I'm just like, I need to come up with another question. Man, you're easy. You're an easy interview. Ask one question and you're gone, and we'll meander through the answers together. I had a fantastic time. Okay, Dan, aka Voice of Reason, who is a game developer himself. I saw a comment earlier where he said he used to work for the guy that made Fable.
Oh yeah, so I mean, okay, so I love the Fable games. Oh wait, but did I play the Fallout games? Right. Yeah. So actually, I have yet to play Fallout 4, and I lived in Boston, so I know about Fallout 4.
New Vegas is the best Fallout game ever made.
Actually, should I just Twitch it or something? Like,
yes,
I know, right? Because okay, so I lived in Boston when all the hype was going on for it, and I mean, I love Bethesda. Like, I know it's Bethesda Studios. I love Bethesda. I think that I wish I could be in their marketing department. That's the whole thing too. I'm so intrigued by the marketing of companies like that. Like, how does Bethesda do all of this shit? Because I know are they pretty small?
I guess it depends on what your definition.
I feel like their brand is kind of like what do you think of when you think of Bethesda? Like as a brand?
That's actually a loaded question right now. They've had a rough year this last year. Let's just say
Well,
that.
I was gonna say, people put in the chat, like put like two to three words of like Bethesda, like I'd say like kind of like homegrown. Like I don't know, they kind of have like a family vibe to me.
Yeah,
I don't see them as like they're not super fucking corporate, like
they've
Disney,
had a not
right?
great year though. What is it? Fallout 76, which is the Fallout MMO.
Okay.
It has not been well received by fans.
Oh.
Got a lot of the microtransaction things going on.
And so they got greedy?
Yeah, see, okay. Sean is saying the same thing.
Yeah, Great Toll 77. Okay, that's interesting. I have to look that up. No, so again, like so the reason with the Fallout thing, like, so I lived in Boston for 5 years, which I loved. I love The Last of Us. That was one of my favorite games.
Great game.
Ever.
Great story, anyway.
Great story. That's why I love games with a good story. Like, and stop. And yes, I played the Witcher games too. I mean, I played like the, whatever maybe it was Witcher 2. Which one was like the 2006 Witcher game? I played that one.
I've never played any Witcher, so.
It's so funny. I remember it was like when I knew the series was coming out, I was like, oh yeah, it's the guy that like is in the bathtub having sex a lot. Like that was my one-liner on The Witcher. I was like, yeah, it's a guy, he takes a lot of like hot baths and tents and like has sex a lot.
I mean, there are worse things in life.
But yeah, no, that's like one of those things though, where you're like, okay, Bethesda Studio, give me like a one-liner on that. That's a big marketing. That's what we do in marketing research. I'm like, yo, give me a one-liner on what you think of that company or that brand. Like,
right. Great until recently.
Great. Oh shit. That's great.
So
I love it. I have a lot to say. I would love to do another, like, that's another thing. I would love to do another podcast on like the corporate perspective of like our fandom shit, because that's a huge.
Man, so I've done like Why Fandom Matters, and then like we did one a couple of months ago with Top Shelf Fandom called The Cycle of Fandom, which was about how content consumers become content promoters, become content creators.
Okay.
And the circle, like you come in, you consume, but then you become part of this like you become a part of an economy that we create ourselves to advance our own stuff. Like, for instance, I came in, I started watching History of Westeros' stuff. Then I started tweeting about History of Westeros' stuff, promoting it, becoming a patron, and then eventually I started making my own content, And then other people are doing the same thing where they tweet about the stuff I'm doing, and it's a cycle, and it only happens in fandom where that type of relationship between the content creator and the content consumer.
Well, we all support each other. I see it as like
but it's very unique among subcultures. Very unique.
Well, that's the whole thing though, is like, I honestly think, especially this particular fandom, I feel like companies, oh God, you want to get me off? We're already over 2 hours. You want to get me on a tangent? I think that the SWAF community is what every single television corporation is trying to recreate for their shows and their content. They want people this fucking dedicated to their shit, because guess what? Like, fandom equals money. Fandom equals money.
Yes,
standing equals money. Everything. Like, you need a universe. But like the Song of I don't know, like this universe, and that's why I think eventually Netflix needs to switch over to a weekly rollout, because it doesn't. Yeah, they will. It was just part of their. It was part of their brand when they were trying to build the Netflix brand. So they were like, okay, I'm trying to be Netflix. I'm trying to compete with HBO. I'm trying to compete with all of these big conglomerate like networks, right? I'm little old Netflix. Well, I'm going to drop a season because remember they did that with House of Cards. They did it with Orange is the New Black. They're like, we're going to straight up drop a season. Like, and we're going to get, and from that, they got like the clickbait articles, right? So it's like, oh shit, Netflix is dropping seasons. Like, holy shit, nobody else is doing this. Like, HBO can never do that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're disrupting the industry. And then, so they got themselves like kind of into a kerfuffle from that, right? But yes, exactly, Jess. You're right. Weekly releases build fandoms. So I think Netflix will move back from that, and especially because Disney Plus with The Mandalorian, right? So Disney Plus came in and they kind of did like some like medium where they're like, okay, we're gonna do The Mandalorian. Like their release schedule was a little discombobulated, like it wasn't linear, but it gave you time, but they were giving you time to digest and discuss, because yes, the discussion is key to fandoms. And like everybody's looking at what happened with Game of Thrones, and like this, like, trust me, everybody in C-level, like I'm telling you, I worked, like I've been there. And that's the thing that I bring, I guess, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like be narcissistic here, but like I've actually been to an HQ of it rhymes with bars, okay?
Yeah.
So I've been to their HQ, and like that was one of the coolest days of my professional life, was going to the, soap bars headquarters.
To the astronomical headquarters.
Oh yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, I mean, it was like all on the walls was all these like really nicely framed like still shots from their shows, and it was and making a PowerPoint, like I love making PowerPoint templates. So like so for Blood of the Podcast and our analysis, like I was making PowerPoint templates for that kind of stuff. So that's always so cool to me. Like I'll do a PowerPoint template in a second. And I like how on a podcast you can like have yourselves in the corner and like have a PowerPoint slide up.
Right.
But either way, it's like, I don't know. I'm so into the corporate aspect of marketing and the shows and
I think it's
all of that.
Conversation to have too, to look at from a more intellectual standpoint as well,
I mean, it's business, baby. And that's a whole nother way of predicting, right?
All right.
I can predict behavior
for lots of different things. And
I know
you're going to get sick of me being, hey, you want to come over? I'm going to be on my phone and be like, hey, you want to come back on this week? And you're going to be like, God, leave me alone.
I mean, I want ideas for my Lip Bringer channel, because it's like, oh shit, I could talk about like the core. I could talk about like I don't know. A lot of it's tinfoil. Like I'm not up there in the C-suite. I've, been close to the, like I said, I've been to the headquarters of major television networks, and it was like the scariest fucking thing of my life. But I've been there and talked about what, like, especially what streaming people want is like, they don't want people to cancel their subscriptions. Like I did a brand again for something that rhymes with bars. I did a branding study for them. So I was there. They were like, this is our concerns. Like their concerns is people, like, they watch a show, they watch Game of Thrones, and when Game of Thrones is done, they cancel their subscription. They watch what's the other,
that's why you release week to week. Because not only
they want you to never cancel your subscription. They want your money all the time, and they want more people to give them money all the time.
But like, there's also no formula for that. There just isn't. You cannot predict what's going to take off.
Well, why do you think everybody wants to adapt like more book series? They want the next game. Everyone's like, The Witcher's the next Game of Thrones.
Okay,
every fucking BuzzFeed article, like, oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I think Netflix is behind a lot, in my opinion. And I don't know this for sure, so don't take this as gospel. But like, in my opinion, Netflix is behind a lot of they're amazing at creating viral things and hype. And that's how they've survived.
Who is?
Netflix. Like Tiger King. Like they fucking like made that a meme. Like they're great at like, I think that they're like low key, like memeing and like trying to make things cultural phenomenons, right? Like in this digital world.
Right.
But everybody wants what Game of Thrones is. Everybody, or a swath, but you know what I mean. Like everybody wants.
You can't
just. You can't. There's nothing else like it, but everybody wants it.
Because you can't necessarily just, they all the actors are great, but so many of those child actors they got young or real. I guess Kit Harington wasn't a child, but he was still very young. But Maisie Williams, Sophie Turner, who both turned out to be fantastic.
Yes.
So when they were 12 and 13, you can't necessarily know that. And that guy sometimes latches on to things that you don't expect.
Okay, wait, I'm just wondering with people in the chat, if you're around, like, is this kind of conversation interesting to you? Do you like do you like hearing about the business? Because I could talk about the business aspect of this. I've been watching a lot of the Imagineering. Disney is an amazing company to analyze because they are masters at PR. Like, they had somebody with coronavirus go into their park and then like fly home, and they passed away, unfortunately, and it was tragic and RIP. But like when that happened in that news cycle, they released Frozen 2 on Disney Plus early, and that like dominated the headline. Yes, it was unbelievable. I was like, because I heard that and I was like, oh, that's because somebody with coronavirus was at your park because you refused to close it at the time, and like then they died, and like now all of a sudden Frozen 2 is like coming to Disney Plus early, and Disney's such an amazing PR people.
I'm totally here for this conversation with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go though.
I'm down for my leg because I gotta pee. I drink a
hella same. No, I'm sorry. I could talk about this shit all the time, but like,
you say that,
I'll do it. I'll do a Skyrim stream. I'll do a corporate. Like, if you want to go into the corporate politics of fandom or whatever, like, I'm here to talk about that. I have inside scoop. I do marketing fucking research, guys.
Yeah,
like,
I know you do.
I'll do a fucking survey about it. Like,
okay.
We can do a survey and Disney will try to buy it from me, I bet.
Disney, I will take your money. I'm just saying, like, I am not a sellout, but I will sell you that.
No, I mean, I can do a professional research study that I could present in front of Disney, or
I'm sure you
know, whatever the fuck, HBO, whatever you're trying to do. I could give you that level of analysis because I've done it before.
I've seen you do great analysis 2 years in a row.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I've got a product and it's called, I know the formula to do a, we could survey the fandom anytime. I love surveying the fandom. I just need a platform, to be honest.
Right.
But yeah, no, let's go. Let's leave it on that.
They're already clamoring to have you back sometime. I already see people saying in the chat that they are like looking forward to having you back. And honestly, this was a lot of fun.
I know, I had a great time, and thanks.
I know that nerd is a thing that I thoroughly enjoy, but like, I'm really glad I got to have you come on. You are a fantastic conversationalist. Again, thanks. I told you at the beginning, you're going to meander wherever the conversation takes us. I had a blast. I hope you did too.
Well, thanks. I love you.
That being said, we are going to, I guess, wrap up. So once again, hey, if you're still here, everybody, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Go check out Lady Triple. Follow her on Twitter. Link in the description. Go check out Blood of the Podcast that she does with KW Dent. Link to their YouTube channel in the description. Go subscribe to Litbringer's YouTube channel. Link's not in the description, but like, I bet Denizzo can throw it up real quick if we if she wanted to, I would appreciate.
Yeah, go follow at Lipbringers on Twitter, like twitter.com/Lipbringers.
Twitter, because lots of good stuff coming out. And then come back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be talking Dunk and Egg, me, Nessie, and John. The week after that is the classic nerd fantasy movie Willow, which is one of my favorites from my childhood. You guys, most of my regulars will know that my oldest daughter is named after the princess in that movie. So, yeah, you've got 2 weeks to watch Willow if you want to, be fully up to speed when we cover it. But yeah, and I want to say, Christina, Trips, Lady Triple, however we're calling you, thank you so much. This was a blast. You are number 14. And I Know That Nerd. And by chance, also, this week marks the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So the very first I Know That Nerd was April 8th last year. And then a year later, thank you for joining me on my anniversary.
Oh, I'm so glad. This is my 1-year anniversary of, I guess, being relevant in this fandom. So thanks.
What was it being known in the fandom?
Oh, well, thank you.
People are always relevant.
You're sweet. You're so sweet.
Guys, so come back next week and I hope to see you then. And I'm gonna bend your ear for just a tick where we talk about maybe what to do next. All right?
All right, cool. Yeah, let's pee first.
Yes. But until then, everybody, you know what it is. Peace and be excellent to each other. So bye everyone.